1 day till turkey. 4 days till clean old-fashioned hate. 11 days until we head to Atlanta to claim what is rightfully ours. And 1 million days until Tennessee is a national championship contender again. These are the countdowns that are most relevant to this podcast. We'll talk about Georgia Tech this weekend right now on the Locked On Bulldogs podcast.
You are Locked On Bulldogs, your daily podcast on the Georgia Bulldogs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is going on? I am Clint. He is Daniel. This is Locked On Bulldogs, part of Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. And today's episode is brought to you by LinkedIn.
Fine folks over at LinkedIn.
If you haven't heard about them, I'll let you know a little bit. Daniel,
them.
by the way, here's what I need as it regards to Tennessee.
You need some mustache growth serum that M-Dubs is using? Is that what you need?
First of all, second puberties are real, and some of us hasn't hit them yet. I need a SEC shorts where they are in scuba gear with James Cameron down at the bottom of the river and the goalposts like Titanic,
pulling them up,
like with an old Tennessee fan, you know, like I remember when we were good.
That 1 week.
That 1 week for 4 days, and the goalposts are coming up. It's going to be glorious. I need that so bad. Hey, today's episode, we're going to give you a preview of the hate that should be coming Tech's way in just a bad way. Daniel, this is going to be Carson Beck time. This is going to be
We've said
Dylan.
Carson Beck time a couple times now, Clint. A couple times now, Clint.
Okay, you're right. No, you're right. No.
Okay.
You're
just trying to, hey, listen, we're nothing if not fair and balanced on this podcast.
I've heard that from a number of, by the way.
Many credible commenters have called us nothing but fair and balanced.
Have you heard from Scully Reddy in a while?
Scully Reddy. See,
The thing that
had happened was.
Yeah. We're good, and Florida's not.
And he lost to Vanderbilt.
Today we're going to preview Georgia Tech game.
Let's talk about Georgia Tech.
And then preview a couple other big games because it's that turkey season as you are driving around hither and fro all around this American landscape. Listen to us. Get us over on YouTube. Subscribe, like. So, Daniel, let's start with that.
We're doing locks today, by the way, because tomorrow, you may have heard of it, is Thanksgiving.
It's the most glorious holiday on the planet.
No episode tomorrow. Enjoy your food comas. Enjoy
doing flank steak.
Yeah. Doing flank steak.
Ain't doing no bird. Doing flank steak.
All right. I don't even have time to even process that. You can't even give a brother a pre-production meeting note about the fact that you're going to drop a flank steak reference here on the pod. Oh, people love the banter, Clint. So when we think about Georgia Tech, the important thing to note is
tattooed right here.
They are playing the most inspired football of their season. Firing Geoff Collins is the best thing this school could have done, and it doesn't take a genius to have predicted that.
Yeah.
And yet here we are seeing it play out in front of our very eyes. Interim staff is doing a phenomenal job. I don't know who they're going to – I don't know who they're – I mean, I've read some rumors. I've seen some things. I don't know who Georgia Tech is going to target as a coaching staff. But this interim staff is making themselves some paycheck money in this next coaching cycle because they have this team now on their third-string quarterback –
yeah,
rotating with the fourth string quarterback. They're just sending people in. They have them playing inspired football, particularly on the defensive side of the ball. You look at that North Carolina game last week. North Carolina, prolific offense, and Georgia Tech. They got off to an early lead. North Carolina did, and then Georgia Tech just flat shut them down. Now I know North Carolina had opportunities to win that game, but still. The defensive production that you saw at Georgia Tech was real. I do think there is a moderate to mild amount of carryover defensive success for Georgia Tech that I'm predicting that they will have in this game. I love the under in this game. I love, if you are a betting person, I love the under. And I think Georgia's it's going to be another game, maybe not as sleepy as Kentucky. I think Georgia's going to be firmly in control the entire game because I do not think Georgia Tech is going to score 1 point in this game.
No.
And so for my final score prediction, Clint, I'm going 31-0, Georgia on top. Never a doubt, but this game has got under written all over it. I have no interest in laying 35 points in this game. None whatsoever.
It's the 30 burger, and we've told you on this podcast, when that 30 burger hits, I don't touch any bet.
You run the other direction.
Correct.
But listen, if our number starts with a 3, then we cash in this under. Right now the under is at what?
48.5, 49.
40, oh my goodness, I thought it was 47. So we're talking about if Georgia Tech ain't
I got 48.5 right now, Daniel.
Georgia Tech ain't putting up double figs in this game. I'm predicting a 0, but even if they scratch like Kentucky did, which, by the way, people jumping in old videos comments to make fun of me for predicting that Kentucky would not score any points when Kentucky scored 6 points in the game. So I don't know.
I love people that don't understand football, Daniel.
Okay. That's good. So LSU fans, you're welcome to the podcast.
How
are you guys doing?
By the way,
how you guys doing?
I know it's cute to think that you have a shot at the college football playoff.
Why don't you handle Texas A&M first and then come back and talk to me? Because
oh no.
Because don't act like. Hold on, we come into
second
locks.
segment.
We come into locks in a minute. Okay.
Look, you're exactly right, Daniel. I had this game 35-3. The only thing I could see is a inverse death march that Georgia Tech will impose upon itself to try to get out of here, try to get out in the fourth quarter. They're going to pull, as many coaches have against Kirby, in the fourth quarter, wanting that goose egg off the board.
Yeah, late field goal. Save some face
is what I'm predicting in this.
I mean, listen, every point matters. Mark Stoops lost by 10 points and got himself an 8-year contract extension. So
that man, Daniel. Holy jeez.
Winningest coach in Kentucky football history. M-Dubs, I don't think wrongly predicted. It's because he listened to the Kentucky AD, listened to this podcast, heard that I predicted that Mark Stoops would soon be on Kirby Smart's staff and said, not on my watch. Give this man.
You lock him up.
Lock him up.
We're going to come back after this and give you some more locks for the rest of the weekend action of Thanksgiving. First, I want to let you know about LinkedIn. LinkedIn has this incredible ability to get you the right candidate for the job that you have right now. They have 810 million people worldwide that have a network of incredible experts. Instead of doing the weird thing like Georgia Tech did, where they just go out and get somebody that they think checks all the boxes, and then the whole time they had somebody on staff that they overlooked who's winning football games instead of running talent out of the building. Get the right candidate.
Instead of leading a bicep curl exhibition on the sidelines.
Sometimes I think that's not reality.
No,
and
but
then I remind myself,
it's very real.
It's so real.
Just like LinkedIn.
Just like LinkedIn. LinkedIn is as real as it gets. They get you a right candidate for the right job on your team. And right now you can get post a job for free at linkedin.com/lockedoncollege. LinkedIn.com/lockedoncollege.
All right, Clint. Thanksgiving week locks. It is in college basketball. We call this feast week.
Stop.
And there's a lot of, I won't stop. First of all, you stop. I wasn't even going there, but now you're going to get me started.
Of course you're
going to get me started?
Of course you
Are
did.
you going to get me started?
You said it's feast week. It's college basketball.
What I was saying is I have a lot of locks to give out to
I have
the
a lot
people.
of locks as well.
Mike White's got the team playing inspired basketball. Okay.
Where have I heard that before? I've heard.
I don't know. Have you watched any of the games?
I watched the loss today, Daniel.
Okay, that is a really good team. Uneducated Georgia fan. That's a really good NCAA tournament team. And
You realize you sound like Florida football fan or Tennessee football fan.
I don't have time. I don't have time for
I'm just saying.
people like you in my life. The Egg Bowl, Clint, tomorrow.
Let's start there.
Let's start with the Egg Bowl. People got to get those bets down on this game. Is Lane Kiffin even going to coach in the game? We don't know.
Daniel,
He doesn't know.
the season's over for Ole Miss.
The season is over for Ole Miss.
They
For
don't
sure.
care about a single thing any longer.
No. They have transitioned. They do it every year. They've made the transition from Ole Miss to Old Miss.
Mm-hmm.
So it's happened. They are officially Old Miss in this game.
Correct.
They are still laying 2.5 points at home in the Egg Bowl. Clint, do you want to touch this game?
Don't want to touch this game. It's the Egg Bowl, Daniel. Do you know what happens in the Egg Bowl? Weird stuff happens.
If I was going to bet this game, I would bet the over 59.
Yeah.
Because it's a weird Egg Bowl, and I could just see this thing running back and forth all kinds of ways. All right, if you don't have anything in the Egg Bowl, let's go to your favorite Friday play. Do you have your bets arranged by day of the week?
I don't have them arranged by day of the week.
All right, just give me your favorite play then, Friday or Saturday.
Daniel, my favorite of the entire weekend is going to be the under on Georgia.
Okay, well, you already gave that one.
I understand that. I'm just saying. Y'all, I know Ohio State is the better team. I know they're superior in talent and in coaching. I understand all of that. But
You know Blake Corum's not going to play.
we don't know. We don't know.
And you know J.J. McCarthy is going to play.
I know J.J. McCarthy's going to play, but Daniel, let me remind you. I'm not saying Michigan is good. Are they better than Notre Dame? Yes. Do they play very sound defense? Yes. Is Stroud an exceptional quarterback? No, he is not. He's not. And stop.
He's not.
He's not. Definitively, he's not. You can tell me, touchdown numbers, and stop. It's the Big Ten. It's the offensive system. Stop. He's not
You
going
remember
to.
when this quarterback draft class was supposed to be like the greatest quarterback draft class in the history of the world?
I do.
Who are you going to take, NFL teams?
I defy you. If you're going to say Bryce Young, he's the closest, and he is carrying Alabama, but he's not the best quarterback ever out of Alabama, as Alabama fans are saying. He's not.
Oh, Lord, no. Good Lord, no.
CJ, no, thank
Okay.
you. Caleb Williams, nope. I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Are you about to tell me you're taking Michigan in these points, Clint?
All that being said, Daniel, it's going to be Ohio State running through Michigan.
Lay them. Lay
the
them.
points. Give the
Good
7.5.
Lord, I thought we were about to come
No.
out with a Thanksgiving fight.
No, lay
Right
the
out of the
points.
gate. Lay them.
Yeah.
7.5. Lay them. Lay the points. I'll tell you another game to lay the points in if you're interested in laying points. Clemson, 14.5. Lay them. South Carolina emptied the chamber. Do you understand?
Beamer is still running around. His wife has
He
called
gone.
in. He's just still
He
running around
gone.
the stadium.
He
shirtless
gone.
with glasses
But-
on. So excited.
Listen, Spencer Rattler had his moment,
He did.
but this game ain't at Williams-Brice Stadium. This game, there ain't going to be no sandstorm played in this game. Spencer Rattler is not good on the road. South Carolina is not good on the road. South Carolina has been atrocious randomly in day games this year, but none of that matters. Dabo Swinney hates South Carolina more than any other coach hates any other team in college football. If he can run up the score in this game, and it's a big if, they turn the ball over, Clint. I know you didn't watch any of the Clemson-Miami game because
Watched
how
none of it.
could you? Let me explain to you. They beat Miami by 30 points, which it might surprise you to learn that they turned the ball over 6 times in the second half
Oh, no.
in that game and still won by 30. That's how bad Miami is. Clemson's not a good football team.
No.
But they are going to wax South Carolina this weekend. Lay the points with Clemson and lay the points with Ohio State.
Please, I don't hear anything I said about Michigan. I was just trolling. It's going to be a bloodbath.
Yes.
And Michigan will be out of the college football playoff because the committee will not want to see a quorumless Michigan.
And Alabama will be in, obviously. John Tweet Sports already told us.
Look, I was Daniel and I had a pre-production meeting. I said this to the man. He said, "No, Clint, no, never."
Alabama's not making it. There's never. No, never is the answer. I was joking. That was a joke. More bets for the people, Clint.
Look, let's go to LSU.
Oh, LSU fans, welcome.
Welcome, LSU fans.
So happy that you're here.
You're bad at football.
Okay.
Brian Kelly
There's a
is
start.
bad at coaching.
Hey, we're talking about you now. Is that good for you? Are you happy? Are you happy with this? Is this working out?
You're not making the college football playoff.
No, we were talking about teams who could possibly make the college football playoff. That's why we didn't mention you, by the way.
They're playing A&M, who is losing all manner of people from the
program. There are so many people from A&M already in the transfer portal that's not being reported. It's not even. You could field an entire football team off of the A&M players who are already in the transfer portal.
A pretty dang good football team, if I
as long as it's coached by, and wait for it, anyone but Jimbo Fisher.
Lee could get out here and coach them to a very, very.
He could. 10 points.
Spread's 10, Daniel. Double digits. I know A&M looked awful. Just awful at home. I get that.
Nary a fan in the stands.
Ain't no one care. Everybody was out there already shopping.
Let me tell you this. They're going to be fans in the stands on Saturday night at Kyle Field. They will be there for this game on Saturday night at Kyle Field. I like Texas A&M here.
It's Texas A&M.
I'll take them.
I'll take them in the 10. It's home. It's SEC. It's the end of the season. LSU is already done in the dumps. I'm telling you, they know they're in over their skis. It's not going to go well in the SEC championship, which sneak preview, go get the under on the SEC championship right now. It's around 50. It's going to be another bloodbath. Okay.
Yeah. Doesn't look great. I'm going to go back to the SEC, Clint, and God, there's so many games that
all them games
I want a piece of action on, but I'm going to take another home dog.
Okay.
And I'm going to take you to the other Columbia, not Williams-Brice Stadium, but I'm going to take you to Columbia, Missouri.
Ooh.
Clint. Arkansas, Sam Pittman had himself an old cold beer, and they just went out and said, Lane Kiffin, how y'all feeling? And Arkansas took it to, they got bowl eligible. They got that 6th win. You don't get anything for the 7th win, Clint.
No.
Now we're going on the road, Arkansas, and we're a 3-point favorite against Missouri. Now, Missouri is a team that has been hot and cold this year. They have looked okay at times, and they have looked downright terrible at times. I predict this final week of the season, Coach Drink is going to have those boys ready to play, and I'm going to take Missouri catching the 3 points at home against Arkansas. Is that crazy?
I would normally come up against this, but how this season's played out in the up and down, I can't fight you at all on this one.
It's a weird line.
It's a weird line. But
so I'm going to lean into the weirdness, and I'm going to take the side that doesn't make sense. Arkansas should be favored by a lot more points than this.
They should.
So give me Missouri.
Hey, we're going to come back after this and let you know of a couple more locks. But first, we'll let you know about BetOnline, where all of you people out there who want to make bets on these games can go right now. BetOnline, the official sports book of Locked On Bulldogs and Locked On Podcasts everywhere. They are safe, they're reliable, they cash out quickly. They're a trusted source, and they are the official, one more time, the official sportsbook of Locked On Bulldogs and Locked On Podcasts everywhere. So where Daniel and I go to make our bets as we're looking at the slate and getting them to it. Get over there right now, BetOnline.
All right, what else you got, Clint? Where else are we going?
Look, Daniel, can we talk about Texas real quick?
I would rather not, just in general.
Texas is ranked for what seems to be the 100th time this year after being unranked the week previously.
They lost to Alabama, which is every team's best win this season.
Oh, no.
Losing to Alabama.
Oh.
According to the committee, if you lose to Alabama, you are a really good football team.
Texas is favored by 8.5 points against Baylor, Daniel.
Does Baylor have anything left?
Baylor
This is
has
the question.
nothing left in the tank, Daniel. They have nothing left. They have been gutted all year long. Does Texas have something to play for? Yeah, Texas does have a lot to play for. Actually, this recruiting cycle getting back up and going. They're going to be going down at A&M parking lot with signs pointing their way to Austin.
Yikes.
Now, I just bring this up. I can't take a side in this game, but if I was to give out a lean right now, I'm leaning Texas. And as crazy as stupid as that sounds, because Baylor is busted and Texas is excited, and they do have things to play for this year to finish up, and they hate Baylor.
It's some simple plays. I'm just going to rattle them off, kind of rapid fire. Pittsburgh goes to Miami this week, laying less than a touchdown. So
You said Miami?
take Pittsburgh laying 6.5 it's Miami. You want to talk about a team that has quit? It's Miami. So take that. BYU goes to Stanford, laying less than a touchdown. So take BYU. And I beg you, do not watch either of those games.
Nope.
Just bet the money. Go to BetOnline, bet the money, and then get the heck out of there. Let's talk about USC Notre Dame, though, Clint.
Ooh.
This is a massive game.
Really intriguing line to me.
5.5 points.
Really
Got
weird line.
a buddy who's a big Notre Dame fan.
Okay.
He said this line is going to be 9.5, 10 points when it comes out. But here we are, and Notre Dame is apparently getting quite a bit of respect from Las Vegas.
And that over-under is 64.5, 65. That's a lot of points.
We just saw USC score a heck of a lot of points. Notre Dame is not UCLA.
No.
Notre Dame's offense is not UCLA. Notre Dame's defense is not UCLA. It is a home game.
Sure.
Does Caleb Williams have another big performance in him? He's going to need 2. USC, you want to talk about a team that's got everything to play for? Obviously, everything to play for. And they looked pretty decent without Travis Dye last week.
They did, which was kind of shocking to me.
I kind of want to just lay them with Southern Cal here. I kind of feel like they're still being disrespected. Their schedule's not been great. They've got some kind of questionable results where they've gotten wins, but they haven't looked very impressive doing it. I kind of want to just lay them with USC.
The only thing that's going to make me believe this is Notre Dame is atrocious. Okay? They're very bad.
I don't know that they're atrocious. They were atrocious.
Okay, yes, that's much better said.
They
You're
have
exactly
turned
right.
some things around, and I think this Freeman guy it's a good coaching job by him.
I think he's like after the 0-2 start, he's rattled off 8 wins or something like that.
Yeah, I mean they beat Clemson. Obviously, Clemson's only loss. Yeah, they've turned things around.
SC, I think they have enough talent and firepower that I wouldn't mind laying these points as well. The one factor is gonna be, and look, you can certain tropes, certain stereotypes are true. The Pac-12 team coming out to the Midwest.
That's the reason you don't want to lay these. But they're not going to the Midwest.
I know that's the stereotype.
Right.
So if that's not the problem, if I take out that factor, if the time of year and all that's out,
Okay.
then the talent is there, Daniel, and I have to rely on talent and desire to continue to ascend as a program. I would lean as well to lay the points.
Do you have thoughts about Oregon State?
I was looking at 3.5 is a weird line.
Yeah, I can get you a 3 if you're interested in 3. If you want to lay them with one leg McGee.
I would not want to lay them, Daniel. I wouldn't.
No. You might want to take them.
I am going to take them. They're at Oregon State, and I know, again, Autzen Stadium is an incredible atmosphere. They just took an L at Autzen, I understand, against Washington. Which was a hard one. Oregon State's an up-and-coming program. That head coach out there has got those boys playing very, very disciplined. They took USC to the brink. Talk about a little connection there.
Mm-hmm.
I would lean Oregon State, Daniel.
I can't bet on this game. I'm excited to watch this game. I think it's going to be a great game.
I don't know if they could still call it the Civil War. That's what it's called, but I don't think Oregon, the state itself, not just Oregon State, I don't think they allow that language to happen.
Are they Civil War deniers? Is that what?
Look, you saw my man's mustache when he came on.
Listen, why do I think the Iron Bowl is going to be a close game, Clint?
Look, is it still, how many points is this?
22.
Yeah, it was 22.5 when I saw it last.
22. This is one I love to tease. Ooh. You get this thing up to 28.
Ooh.
Now all of a sudden.
Because even if you're telling me, oh, Saban's coaching mad and he's angry and he's going to want to run the score up, with who?
Whom? With which?
Bryce
in
Young
what way?
Is going to
Is Tennessee's defense rolling out there? Because they might be able to run the score up then. Alabama scored 20 less points against Tennessee than South Carolina did. So that's something.
It's going to be a lot closer than the 22.5, I'm telling you right now.
It's the Iron Bowl. Just weird things happen.
Sticks, Daniel.
I cannot see this game being a blowout win for Alabama. I just cannot see it.
I just took them points. I gobbled them up. I ate them and felt so good about it. I didn't even tease them, Daniel. Give me lock up Auburn 22.5.
I love it. There's a lot of interesting games out there. You got any more for the people?
I wanted to keep my eye on. This is another weird line. I'm intrigued by Kentucky, Louisville. The line's 2.5.
Okay,
that's weird, Daniel.
It is weird. I
don't like it. I'm intrigued. That's gonna be one I'll be watching up until time of kick if that line changes, and that's gonna tell me a little bit about that game, of what to do. Outside of that, the other game that I'd be interested in, West Virginia is catching 8.5 against Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State has also just mailed in the whole entire season.
That performance again. I mean, they tried to come back in that game, but they gave them 28 points in the first quarter.
Yeah.
That was one of the weirdest football games I've ever watched. Oklahoma, you realize, did not score a point in the second, third, or fourth quarter and won the game.
They came out gangbusters and then just stood pat. No, it was crazy.
Very weird. Very weird. Brent Venables, not sure he's a head coach.
He's not. Daniel, he's not.
If you, here's all I'm saying. If you parlay Weldon Brothers, are you listening?
Oh, here we go.
Weldon Brothers
parlay. Here we go.
Check in with me. If you parlay Auburn money line.
Oh, wow.
Texas A&M money line.
This juice is going to be hot, y'all, just to let you know ahead of time.
Vandy money line.
Okay. Well,
listen, All I'm doing is reporting the facts to you.
Sure, Daniel. No, I hear you.
You drop a hundo on that,
What happens?
you coming out of here with over 18 grand in the pocket. And now all of a sudden, you headed out to Los Angeles for the Natty. Now all of a sudden, things are happening. Weldon Brothers, if you bet it, if it hits, just remember your boys who gave it to you. And maybe invite us out on that.
We're going to say yes.
Maybe
ahead
just
of
invite
time,
us out.
We're going to say yes.
You just hit us up with a few plane tickets. It'd be fine. All right, this has been the Locked On Bulldogs podcast. Happy Thanksgiving to you. We will be back on Friday with an excited, nervous, don't sleep on for this weekend. Lots to talk about, and we'll have it all for you day after tomorrow. We'll see you then.
See ya.